Welcome everybody to another episode of Czo Thoughts. I'm the Big Czo. That is Big E, and we have a lot to cover. But I'm going to try to cover it a little bit. It was my birthday weekend over the weekend. Um, had family in from out of town. Um, it was wild and crazy. Uh, First, we were together on Friday night, and I got to experience college football on a giant fucking projection screen. So that was really cool. If you do the thumbs up thing, bro, did it do it?
Uh-uh.
Nothing. But but anyway, um, we were setting it up, and Charles said we got to test it with some audio. I was like, shit. Okay. So the first thing I put on is college football, and I know that in the game, I think it's either Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan. The crowd's real loud coming out, so I just threw on Penn State. And Charles looking at me and he was like, dude. I'm like, I know, this game's fucking dope, right? But then I'm sitting there going, I don't give a fuck if anybody else comes out here. Like, because I'd start fucking playing along. But, of course, people came out. We were playing some Jackbox. Uh, it's a lot more fun than having 4 people when you have 8 because shit is wild. Like, absolutely crazy. Um, Especially when you have someone like my cousin's husband, Brian. Because, dude, some of this shit that was coming out of his mouth and some of the shit he was typing on that Quiplash, for those that don't play the Jackbox games, Quiplash is like a Cards Against Humanity, best answer wins type scenario. And everything seemed to go up his ass. And, dude, I was like, I got one prime example where it was like, what's another thing carrots could be used for? And I said, anal insertion. Bro, he was liking it and shit. I was like, dude, you gotta calm the fuck down, bro. Um, at the same time, uh, my Happy Dad banana seltzers, thanks to Happy Dad, were a hit. Everybody was liking them. Austin had me try, he makes his own mead down there in South Carolina. Bro, I was about to start being like Game of Thrones, having a goblet of this shit. Like, but the shit is potent, like fucking real potent. Almost like you know that fucking West Virginia moonshine kind of shit right there, you know. Um, but then Saturday we had their son Everest's party. That's kind of the majority why my cousins were in town. Uh, we did that, and of course Saturday was my actual birthday, and um, after that it was just like, well, what do we want to do now? Brian was trying to go fucking out, and I was like, I'm 42. I really don't want to fucking go out no more. Like, there it is. A little late to the party. See, it knows. It's like you're 42. You don't want to go out no more. But so we stopped. We grabbed some Happy Dads. I think I got Matt, Steph's husband, addicted to it. We tried Happy Dad tea. Not a fan. Not a fan. So you know how I'm pretty sure you took a sip of like a twisted tea and you know it's sweet. Well, there's like no carbonation inside of a Happy Dad tea. And the original, I said it tasted like Louisiana swamp ass water. So if you live in Louisiana and watch the show, my bad. But it was gross. It was fucking foul. And then their flavors, like they had lemon and peach and something else. I think like a raspberry. They were all right, but you know, after you've already had these seltzers and whatnot, you kind of really don't want this shit. But it was nice. Like, we played headbands. Um, if you haven't played headbands with a phone, it's when you put the phone up to your screen, the screen up to your head, and then people guess it, and then you go like down for yes, up for no. That went really sideways the drunker we got.
Oh, your dick.
My penis, wiener,
Yellow.
yellow, banana, banana. Okay.
Your dick.
Wait, when you're playing baseball and you
you run off
Home
first.
run.
Yeah.
Home run, G.
Your dick.
not your balls,
and
but it's
your-
like the bottom. It's like it's in the balls.
Your
Underneath.
gooch.
Yeah,
Your gooch.
underneath the dick.
No, the
Your-
balls.
Your sack.
Yes.
Not
You hit a
second or
single
third,
in,
but
a single in
the
baseball.
Third base.
not second or third.
Home run. These nuts. What?
That booby touching?
Number one.
First base.
Yes.
I was like kissing.
Oh, when you drive
Instead of an
manual,
automatic,
you-
it's a
Manual.
The same thing. Okay.
yeah.
Semi-automatic.
big titty women serving wings at Charles's fucking graduation from fucking the Marines.
Hooters.
Yes.
Just one.
Free.
Wet Willie.
Oh my god. Bro, you would have a fucking blast. I'm telling you. Like, that's just you. I sent Eric all these. We did like 4 or 6 of them or something like that. I forget what I sent you. But yeah, that was just a taste of it. 4 of them. Yeah, bro. And it got worse. Like it was so much fun. But I highly recommend anybody to play that, especially if you've been drinking. You know, it's a fun way to kill time. And that was actually in my aunt and niece's like front porch like area. It was nice. We got a chance to just vibe out and kick it, and the kids were in the house doing their thing, but it was cool. And then Sunday, this past Sunday, we watched the Bike Riders. Have you seen that?
Oh no, that's the one with the. There's a bunch of people in that.
Looks like Tom
I
Hardy, Austin Butler.
yeah, it's on my list of 1-2s.
It wasn't necessarily bad. It's kind of cool because it starts it from like a motorcycle gang in like the 50s and 60s, and then shows like the evolution of like a motorcycle club.
The way it was described was it's Goodfellas on motorcycles.
Pretty much. To me, it kind of gave me like, because of the time, the era, it gave me of like what the first 9 from Sons of Anarchy could have been.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because around the 60s they were doing the Vietnam thing, and you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, like Brandy and I really enjoyed it. It was cool. And then that was pretty much the most of it. Like we thought we were all talking about it Saturday, and Steph is like, remember we make like a big deal about this and we'd be going out and doing that. I'm like, yeah, like, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, maybe. But to me, it's more or less just being around a group of people, you know. And it was just nice to kick it with them, especially because they were all home. It really made my day, except my cousin Tyler was too stoned to come outside because he was inside looking like Pappy Ty, just out crickets. But regardless, we made the most of it. So, um, I mean, it was just fun. It was nice. I just had a really good time. And then, of course, you know, you go back to work, and if anybody saw my Snapchat story, what the fuck is up with Oakland? Di- I honestly couldn't understand it.
Like I understand that they're. I mean, I've talked about it before on here. I mean, we both have, but like me working in Oakland, you guys have routes through Oakland, and it's like it's Pittsburgh. There's always construction, especially in Oakland right now. They're building new hospitals, they're building new buildings, they're doing this, they're doing that. Okay, whatever. But who fucking decides to pave Fifth Avenue in the middle of the fucking day when I don't I I just
It's insane.
what time was that you got stuck in that?
Um, I would probably say like noonish, so like lunch hour.
Dude, I
And
must have just missed you. I was in the same shit.
it was fucking mayhem, dude. I was like, how is this even happening right now? And then what's worse is it gets down to
One
from
lane.
Yeah, it'll go like it looks like because coming in it looks three, then it cuts off into two, and then they were working like in the middle of that fucking second lane, and I was like, wait, so now we're one lane,
And
and
then
then
they
like
force, and then you get forced behind the buses, and the bus. It's not a bus lane, but the bus stops are on the right there in front of Presby and shit. So
yes,
like I'm like, oh, I thought like I did not expect the bus to still stop at that bus stop. I thought he was just gonna blow through it.
bro, as did I, and then like um what's that building like the street before the Kaufman? You know, it like pulls over. So there's like that bus stop right there where they pull over and load people up, like right outside of Presby, like
Oh, that
all the
yeah,
way.
that's what I was talking about. That's the
Oh yeah,
Falk building
bro,
because that's right where they were doing the road work was right there in front of that.
this shit don't make no sense.
Because I had to. So Donna had an appointment at McGee. So at first I avoided all that mess because I was at McGee. I was down on the corner. But then I I had to leave and go up. Donna's mom works in the Falk building. I
Yeah,
had to go pick her up from work and take her to her car on the other side of Oakland. So I got caught in that mess so bad. Like just trying to get from that exact spot where you were talking about down to McGee took me almost 45 minutes. By
that's
the time I
ridiculous.
got back, Donna was out of her appointment and sitting outside of McGee waiting for me.
Isn't that nuts? Like that's fucking crazy.
And I'm like, what the like? I'm like, in a way, I'm kind of glad I'm not working right now because I'm not dealing with that mess.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane. And then like I know, like I was taking into accountability, like it's lunch. I know Oakland can get backed up around then, but I was like, dude, if this was like 2 o'clock, I'd be going through like Bloomfield and Lawrenceville. Like
But it's,
there's
I
no
just,
way.
I just, yeah. If I would have known, I would have went a different route to get back down to McGee. But it was like, what? Like I have no idea why you would decide to do repavement in the middle of the day.
Yeah, like that didn't make no sense to me. Like none
I'm
at
s-
all.
no,
So city of Pittsburgh, get your shit together. Craig,
yeah. I was
Craig,
about to say
Craig, you
nipples.
know
We
some
need
people, Sip. Get this shit together, bro.
tell them sundown. That's when you do the road work.
Right? I'm calling you to fuck out. Like, come on, Craig. Do a brother assault. Do it for my birthday. Like, help me out. You know, it'll make his life a whole lot easier.
And while you're at it, if you can find me some Snyder Berlin fucking butter twist pretzels, let's talk about this fucking bullshit.
Okay.
So, one of my favorite snacks is some Snyder Berlin little little twisty butter flavored pretzels. But I don't fucking make them no more.
They just stopped making them.
Well, yeah, because Snyder Berlin got bought out by some fucking healthy snack company,
How dare they?
so they fucking took away all the good shit because it wasn't healthy.
Eh, that'll do
So
it.
whoever's bright idea this was, I hope you choke on the fucking dick that's in your mouth. I want my pretzels.
Better choke on that dick. Just choke on it.
OTC, one thick cock.
That's just gonna keep coming back. Keep coming back.
I'm just
Um.
saying.
Speaking of,
I'm
so
not eating no fucking pop snacks. It's that company they make like the popcorn, that healthy popcorn shit or whatever.
oh, like the it's like the
It's
not
called Pop something.
yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones that fucking bought. They the ones that did this shit.
Oh, they're the ones that make like the sea salt and yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. But so, um, uh, speaking of one thick cock in the OTC, so my lovely girlfriend Brandy got me a Wepa shirt for my birthday. And if people don't know what Wepa is, it's like a universal Spanish like Spanish word. Like it's like almost like aloha, like not just goodbye and hello. It's like universal.
Mhm.
So, and especially a wrestler, Damian Priest. says Weipa all the time. So of course, hand in hand, I was thinking, dude, this will go great with the Yeet shirt, like Weipa and Yeet. Just it's great. So anyway, for my birthday, when I got it, I took my shirt off that I was going to wear because we were going to go buy Xander school shoes. And if you saw on my Instagram when I took a picture with Xander, I was wearing the shirt. But as we're walking through like the Tangier outlets, jeez, because you know you got to be all political and nice about it. I was calling it the Tangiers because I was thinking about casino. Come on.
Okay.
So as we're looking, I see a lot of Mexican American people looking at my shirt, looking at my shirt. I had a couple people inside the Nike store pointing at it, and I wanted to be like, "Wait about it," like just like you get it, come on. But um, I was waiting for someone to be like, "Hey, where'd you get that shirt?" I'm like, "Oh no, you gotta ask her." Like I fucking don't know, but it was just like I think they were looking at me crazy because I'm a white guy wearing a Waypo shirt. But contrary to that, when I saw Matthew, my cousin Stephanie's husband, who's also Cuban, he looked at my shirt, bro, and he's like, "It's fucking amazing." He's like, "I love that shirt." Apparently, his grandfather used to say it to him all the time. And I was like, "Well, that's awesome." I was thinking to myself, I was like, "You want one?" He was like, "I fucking do want one." I was like, "Well, around your birthday, I'll have fucking Brandy fucking work it out." So, Brand, if you're listening, we got to work that out. But we were walking. Have you ever been there, the Tanger Outlets?
Like all the time.
Really? Or are you fucking with
Yes.
me? Okay, all right.
It's like 20 minutes from my house.
Bro, you don't like to go 15 minutes from your house.
Yeah, I do.
All right, 25 is pushing it because I'm
Well,
25. All right, I digress. So I got in there.
first off, I used to work at that mall.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to that too.
So I worked at that mall. I was there all the time. And then I went to that mall all the time.
We it was like, of course, it
You
was
just,
super busy.
you just can't go there in the winter because it's cold.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But it was super busy in the Nike store. Naturally, back to school season is here. Like I get it, but we're walking through, and Xander's. I'm having Xander pick out shoes for him to get for school, and I'm just in awe because I seen like 7 to probably about 15 pairs of Jordans that were like 40 to 60 bucks,
Mm.
and I was like, bro, if I had my way right now, I'd be like Biggie with a hat collection. Like I'd be fucking going to town. So Xander picks a nice, cute pair of shoes for school, and then he picks another pair of like Dunks. They were like 30, and I was like, "Damn, dude, you got 2 pairs for like 1 pair." So I was talking to my mom. My mom was like, "Do you want a pair of shoes?" And I was like, "I'm good, you know, it's fine." And she's like, "No, I'm gonna get you a pair of shoes for your birthday." I was like, "What am I, 16? Of course I'm gonna go get these fucking shoes." And I did, and I got the same pair of shoes as Xander did. So it's like the first time we're gonna be matching shoes for him for school. That's like never happened ever. So we left from there, and the girls went in Victoria's Secret. Xander went in there with them. That was hysterical, like absolutely hysterical. He's looking at the mannequins and just like trying to process what the hell is happening in here. And then I was like, I remember I said, "Do you want to leave?" And he was like, "No, I'm okay." So he's like walking around with my mom, and he walks with Riley for a little bit, and then he's just kind of Xander and just chilling by himself. And I walked over because I was looking at a couple things with Brandy and my mom, and I said, "Do you want to leave?" And he was like, "Oh yeah." Like, yeah, like he needed to get the fuck out. Like, I
Mm.
think he just had enough. So we're sitting there for a little bit, and he looked and he was like, said something. He was like, "Dad, I look, a hat store." And I was like, "Oh, fuck." So I was like, we'll wait till they come out and then I'll go look. So they came out and then Brandy and I was like went to go look at it or whatever. Went to go look at the store, and that's the first time I've been in a lids, well, NPA, in a long ass time. And I walked in. Every hat's expensive. I was like, I'm not having this shit right now. But it was like buy one get one half off or whatever.
Always
And
is.
yeah, the selection was very not my speed. You know what I mean? I mean, there were some snaps that looked cool, but like if I could find a fitted, I was more or less going for the fitted. You know what I mean? So they had this Yankees hat that was real sharp. But the thing was like all this was like a rainbow, black, and then the symbol was like rainbow. And I was like, that's actually pretty cool. Like I like it. It's colorful, obviously, but I could not, for the life of me, find the pair of like find a hat for half off. I could not. I don't know why, but like there were certain things that were like cool. They were all right. Like they had one that was like a denim Pittsburgh hat. Like
Yeah.
I own one of them, but the thing is, it was scripted and it was like a lighter denim, like a light denim jean. But it, I don't know. Just I was feeling it, but not really feeling it. You know. And I kind of am one of them people. Is like, even though it's my birthday weekend, like you don't need to get this shit for me. Like it was just one of those things. And Brandy's like, no, I'll get that. I was like, yeah, but I don't see anything else I want. Like the Yankees hat was cool, but if I'm here for the deal. You know. So the guy was like, well, you can get one of these, and I was like, I don't. That's not me. It wasn't. It was those dad hats that you like.
Mm.
And I was like, these just aren't for me. Unless I'm like mowing the lawn, doing something around the house, you know. But I was like, nah, we're good. We're walking out. And Brandy's like, I would have got you the hats. And I was like, that's the thing. I didn't fucking want nothing up there. Like usually I feel like when I walk in there, like you, like a kid in a candy store, like it's just that feeling. But this nothing was catching my eye. The only thing that did was they had a Seattle Supersonics, but it was a snapback. And I was like, eh, no, not really. But they did have a couple like it was they were dope, but they were regular price. But it was more or less like it would have been my first ever Cardinals hat, and it was like light brown with like the not patches, but like the squares like in between, like our hat was like a light blue, and then everything was here light blue with like brown around it. And I was like, you know, that's all right. But I was like, not for $50. So I just walked the fuck out. Like it's
Didn't
just
their shit?
this
Didn't the shit in there have red stickers on it?
um so that clearance wall, like a clearance wall, because I mean I'm not stupid. I've been to a lids. Should have it like right here or right here. Nothing. Like there was nothing that said like 10, 20, 15, 25. No shit, like not even 30.
I haven't
Like
been. I haven't been to an outlet lids in a while, but the whole stores used to be when we like when I worked at that one, like the whole store was nothing but. I mean, because again, that's the whole point of like the outlet mall is to go get deals.
right.
So it was like we would, and that's the thing too, with like the outlet stores, is it is hard to find stuff there, but it is one of those places where sometimes you'll find obscure shit because the outlet stores basically get sent all the shit that ain't selling at the regular stores.
Right.
So like once we've had it for like a month or so and it ain't selling, we pack it up, tag it, and send it out to the whatever either Grove City or Tanger outlets.
Yeah.
And uh it was just like, yeah, like, and that was the thing too, is a lot of time when we would ship this shit out, is we would pre-tag it so that when they get it, they don't have to worry about putting all the clearance stickers and all that shit on it.
Yeah.
Like we would do it for them just because they uh they get sent so much shit. Um throughout the week because again they got. I mean, it's not just Pittsburgh. Pretty much like everything from like middle PA over to Western PA, any lid stores were sending it to them. So
Right.
that and again, that's where you get obscure shit.
That's
Like you
kind of
said,
that's my steez. I like that shit.
like that Seattle Supersonics, like that shit. That they're not gonna really have that at a regular store.
Fuck ass no, bro. That's why I was
So
like, damn.
that's why, like I said, sometimes they're hit or miss. Like sometimes you can find stuff out there. Sometimes, like I've walked into that one. I've walked into the one out Grove City a couple times, and I just like I look because again I'm like, all right, what can I get on a deal? But
Yeah,
then a lot of times I walk out not getting anything because I'm not gonna like you did, like you said, like I'm not gonna force myself to buy something that I really don't want just because I can get it at a cheap price.
facts.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy something just because.
No, but I mean, and then if we would end up buying that Yankees hat, it's like, no, you almost feel obligated to eventually find the other hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, if you're in here for the deal. You're not
But
in here
that's the
just to
thing though too is at the outlet store you shouldn't like the buy one get one half off is more of a selling point for the regular stores because their shit's full price. The outlet stores that like I don't that's dumb. And that's why I don't work for the company no more because they started making dumb fucking decisions.
well, like, you were kind of rewind back. You were talking about like the big tags, the big red ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't the one that Yankee hat, it had like like the old price tag stickers, like a red one,
yeah.
and it just said $20. You had to like look up on it to see what it said.
See, we used to do both. Like the when I worked there, it was both. We had the Sharpie out the regular price, put a
Yeah,
price gun sticker on over top of it, and then slap that red sticker on top of the bill. Like you said, they were always
yeah.
on top.
Because I used to hate when they were on top because if it sat there for a while, it had the dust when you peeled it off.
Yeah,
Or you could be like, some people and leave the $25 tag on. It's like, no, I don't need everybody to know I spent $25 on this hat.
yeah, exactly. But no,
Like that's
it's
just weird.
yeah. I Yep.
Yeah, no. Um, so oh, so I was getting messages while I was out there shopping and shit. Obviously, again, that day was my birthday. Got a message from a different number, like a number I never saw. It was like, "Hey, happy birthday," blah 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 blah, and I was like, "Hey, I don't know this number." Like, thanks, but I don't know it. So it was our lovely friend Brad Pollock. Shout out Brad Pollock.
No.
Um, so meanwhile, I have Brad's number. Like it was weird. I don't know if he maybe changed it or something because when I was saving it, it came up Pollock, and I was like, "What the fuck?" But anyway, I told him we were just shooting the shit a little bit, and he said that you and Big E need to come out on a boat before I have to get rid of put it away for the summer, and I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to do a fucking podcast live from the boat." He was like, "You tell me a fucking date, bro, and we're on it."
We on a boat with our flippy floppies,
Shit, I might fuck a mermaid,
bro. I don't even got flippy floppies, but I'll wear my fucking Shark Week Crocs on that boat.
bro. I mean, it might have to happen. I mean, Cho
Where is
talks
he?
live from a boat.
Where's he even at now?
I don't know. I really didn't get into it.
He's still in the area because before. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen him.
I saw him.
It's got to be like a year since I last saw him.
I want to say I saw him about five, maybe 5 or 6 months ago, maybe something like that. I saw him helping his girl like go into this school by like access, and he looked like him so bad, but I didn't want to be like, "Hey yo," because you never know. Meanwhile, I'm the first person to "Hey yo" anybody. But I texted him and I was like, "Yo, are you blah 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 blah?" And he was like, "Yeah, where the fuck are you?" I was like, "I was in that truck that just passed you." I was
Mm.
like, "I literally work around the corner." And he was like, "Oh, well, make sure they take care of my girl here." And I was like, "I didn't even know the fuck it was you."
Dude, you know what was I meant to tell you this the other day, and I thought it was hilarious
Tell me.
when so we was bitching about Oakland the other day, yesterday, and like I said, I had finally had gotten through the road construction, and I had to turn down one of this actually right by my work. I had to turn down the side streets to get over to McGee.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm right at the corner of Halkett and Forbes. Right there at the corner where you can turn to go down to McGee.
Yeah.
Dude, one of your work trucks was coming right. It was opposite side of me from like we were facing each other from at the light. Like he was looking to come straight and I was looking to go that way. But it was like it was obviously it wasn't you or I'd have fucking called you right away. But yeah, I don't know. It was another dude. Like looked like an older dude, bald. Like or like not bald, but kind of like how like shaved head a little bit.
Okay. I have an idea.
I was like, oh shit. I was like, what's the coincidence? What? And this is even before you sent out the snap that said you were in Oakland. And I was like, and after you sent out the snap, I was like, wait, did I look wrong? Was that him? Like, I was like, no, but he was up on Fifth caught in the traffic. This dude was down. Like I said, he was trying to, I don't know if he was turning, I think he was turning on the Forbes.
My thing is, did I have my hat off?
Oh, yeah, because like I said, this dude, he didn't have a hat on. And he was just wearing like a t shirt.
He ain't wearing a vest. You ain't wearing a vest. It ain't me.
I don't know if he was the right skin tone.
Oh, then it's Justin.
I
That's
don't,
my man. Shout out Justin McGee. Yeah,
so,
kid. We were both in there at the same time. I had to go to so I had to go to Center Avenue and do a giant eagle,
mhm,
and he's doing all of Oakland. So he was at the
mhm,
cathedral. So you probably caught Justin.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
ain't
I
no
just,
harm. We ain't hurting nobody. It was a black dude. His name's Justin
no, it
McGee.
was just,
Great guy.
it was just funny that I was like, because again, at that point in time, I was just pissed I was sat in that traffic for that long.
Bro,
And then I
that part.
saw the van across from me at the light, and I'm like, what's the chances? And I was like, I mean, it could. So I waited. We passed each other, and I hanging out the window like, is that? No, that wasn't him.
Wait, it
And
was a
then
van?
I walk in the door, and I'm like going through shit on my phone, and I'm like, that motherfucker was just in Oakland. Like, wait a second. That's when I was like, did I look wrong? Like, I could have swore that wasn't him.
You said he was in a van?
Yeah, it was in a van.
Oh, then that's Jermaine. That's my dude, too. Shout out
Hey,
Jermaine.
well, that was Jermaine. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
We're
for
just working
sure.
our way through the Jackson 5, aren't we? Next
I
thing you're
wasn't
like,
in
yeah, that
Justin
could have been
Jackson.
Tito. It might have been
Could have been
Tito. I don't know.
Tito. Fuck, could have been Michael.
Yeah.
It could have been.
I
It
don't
wasn't
know.
no Janet.
There's a new conspiracy theory saying he's not dead.
Oh my god, I've seen so many of those. Like me being an avid Michael Jackson fan, I was like, come on, bro, come on.
Yeah.
You know who is dead though? R.I.P. Kevin Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know who Kevin Sullivan is, you should probably do your homework. Good WCW wrestler. He's a booker. Yeah, he made Luna Vachon who the fuck she was before she went psycho.
Yeah.
Um, Same with Chris Benoit. Like Kevin Sullivan played a lot of part of like 80s, 90s wrestling. So yeah, that was crazy. I
Dude,
got down and I was like, oh shit, damn.
it's funny you bring it up, wrestling. I mean, you did, but, because, they say one of his big rivals was the Hulkster.
Yeah,
And fucking, I didn't know. I was clueless on this. So they're doing like they just had Iron Claw, the Von Erich story, and there's
yeah.
been some other wrestling movie stories, whatever. So I guess they're doing one about Hulk Hogan.
Shut up.
I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, he's face of wrestling for how long? You know what I mean? That's who we grew up watching.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd be intrigued to watch it, but I'm even more intrigued to see. I I don't want to say it's gonna flop, but when I tell you from what I heard, internet sources, Ben Affleck's playing Hulk Hogan.
What? Wait, stop. What? Wait, what? What?
Daredevil himself is playing Hulk Hogan.
You're telling me good old Bruce Wayne
Bruce Wayne.
is gonna be fucking okay, brother. There's no way Ben Affleck's
No,
pulling that
I
off
don't.
in a
I don't.
Boston accent.
No, I don't. I don't see it.
Oh my god. Oh man, I'm gonna make a name for myself right now.
Like I don't.
Bro, it can't happen. It won't. I'm gonna
It's
have to
to the
talk to the tribal chief.
it's to the point where I'll probably have more info next week, folks. I'm going through the fucking rabbit hole. I'm gonna see what we can find on this thing because now I'm curious. Like, all right, if you got Ben Affleck playing Hulk, like, who's gonna play the mouth of the South? Like, who's playing?
Who's gonna do
Like,
Jimmy Hart? Oh fuck, I don't know. But
you know what I mean?
I
Like,
tell you what.
there's so many other like if you're going through Hulk Hogan's, wrestling documentary, like you got to think of all the guys from that era. Like,
Bro, what if Matt Damon's Macho Man?
that's what I'm saying. Like, who's
Oh, look at them apples.
should just have LA Knight do it.
Oh, bro, come on. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I don't know.
I can't.
I guess you know what they might have. They might have. Oh, that's what it is. They're gonna have. He's gonna let it slide because he knows it's for the business. It's for the movie. So he's playing Hulk. You're gonna have what you said there. His boy
Matt
playing
Damon.
Matt Damon playing Macho Man. His wife J-Lo, she's gonna play Miss Elizabeth. Like there
Oh,
it
yeah,
is.
for sure. Or you know
He's like,
what?
look,
Fuck it.
I'll let you kiss her just because I know it's for the movie.
Or they're just gonna fuck everything up, and J Lo's the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
So she's oh, you know what? She because she could probably pull off the darker hair and all that stuff. She'll come out scary Sherry.
Dude, she could. Oh my god. Okay, now this might have my fucking. I might be interested.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm intrigued. Like what is the? Because I mean the video. This was a video I watched of this conversation of him playing him, and that they were saying like he's in shape for it, the whole 9 yards.
Like Hogan shape? There's no way.
I mean, if we're talking current Hogan shape, I mean,
He might, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Affleck bulked up for like Batman. You know,
I mean, is Ric Flair gonna play Ric Flair?
that's fucking possible, bro. Because remember, it's woo the Nature Boy.
I
Like,
mean, Jimmy Hart still around. He could still play Jimmy Hart.
oh, bro, I don't know. He still runs his yap the way he does too. Like
That's what I'm saying.
the dude that played Ric Flair in the Iron Claw. That didn't work.
I didn't watch it after you guys said it wasn't that good.
I mean, it's great, but it's a lot. The Von Erich story is
So
a
here's my
lot.
thing. I know you guys said that there was like you and the Chief watched it, and there was some parts that were missing of the Von Erich family story. But I don't know if I talked to you about this, even if I talked to you off air. Like I don't know. I watched uh, a podcast that Ric Flair had done, and that movie had come up, and he's the one that kind of turned me against wanting to watch it. Which I know isn't his intentions. Like I don't want to say he was like bad mouthing the movie or like trying to kill it,
Yeah,
but he was very, very upset because, like in the movie, he was there. He lived that era. He lived that family. He said there is so much shit in that movie that is historically wrong.
yeah,
He said, like, again, and he brought up, like you guys did, like, not talking about the one brother's death. And then there was,
they left Chris Von Erich completely out of the fucking movie.
Yeah, and then like something about was it one of the Von Erichs, one of their title runs or something?
Carrie.
Like that was left out of it
Yeah.
supposedly. He said there was a bunch of shit, and then just things about the family itself. Like even if you don't, if you look at like the wrestling stuff, they fucked up. I guess just for him, it really hurt his feelings because there was family things that might not have been known to the normal wrestling fan, but again,
Right.
him knowing
Yeah.
everything, he said was just all jacked up. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm
Right.
not watching that then.
Right. And if you are like, if you're like a
I mean, I
wrestling
might catch it.
historian,
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I'm never gonna watch it, but like,
what?
I'm not going out of my way to go put it
Yeah.
on.
What I suggest, if you're like a wrestling fan and you're a fan of like a wrestling historian, my thing is to watch the Iron Claw in its entirety, and then go to the dark side of the ring and watch the rise and fall of the Von Erichs. Because then it puts a little bit more perspective into what actually happened with
Mm,
Darkseid, and then as a like a fictitious story in a sense with
yeah,
the Iron Claw. So that's the only way I could break it down for anybody who's like a wrestling buff. And if you don't watch Dark Side of the Wrestling, you're sleeping on that shit because that shit is really good. Like really fucking good.
I
Like
gotta
they did
watch that new 24 that came out
with Damian Priest.
with Damien. Yeah,
Wepa. Yeah, it was good, man. Like very in detail. Um, like it, when he, dude, he had a couple chances to fucking come up, but he just wasn't ready.
yeah,
You go through it, it's fucking crazy. Especially how big he was and how much like weight he lost and got in shape. Like it's wild. And like he he gets to meet the Undertaker, and that's what he was like. That was his guy.
yeah,
So that was really cool. But it was like
yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna watch it.
that's the first thing that's been on fucking Peacock for the WWE, and God knows how long.
Well, I think that they're still. I think they're streaming stuff they've been holding off on a little bit because of the changes that are coming.
Yeah,
Like what? It's a few weeks away, and then SmackDown will be on USA. CW will have NXT,
he
and then at the beginning of the new year, we'll
will be on
every,
Netflix.
everything's going to Netflix. Yeah, well, not every, but most of things are going to Netflix. So
Right.
it's like I think they were trying to because I mean I know for now like Peacock's still going to hold a lot of the library, and then also still house the paper the well you know premium live events.
PLE.
But I mean you just know that eventually that's all gonna switch
Be on
over.
Netflix for sure. Um,
Dude, speaking of sports switching again, I don't really do basketball. We've talked about this before. Like it's not my thing. I I, I will watch some college basketball. Obviously, I watched Olympic basketball, but because of the Olympic basketball, they ran a commercial. I think it was during the gold medal match. The NBA is going back to NBC, dude, and
really?
yeah, and they played the old NBA like
Shut up.
the intros back.
What the bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, dude, I was like, again, I wasn't a big, but that's just those those like old sports intros like that for like the your main broadcast channels are just again it's what we
That's a
grew up with. Like,
classic one,
you know
bro.
what I mean? Like for me, like the Fox baseballs and the all the NFL ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yeah, like that's just crazy. And then I heard as soon as I heard because they like played the video package that they played like started with the music, and I was like, wait, what? And
Yeah.
then and it was like coming, I guess this season. It's like I guess the NBA renewed a lot, like or changed a lot of their TV contracts.
That makes sense.
So
Makes a lot of
there,
sense.
so yeah, so there's gonna be, I guess, a bunch of games that are going to like NBC. So
Um, so I got a question. I didn't get many questions. And I asked y'all to ask us questions, and nobody really fucking asked any questions. So what the fuck? Come on. Do better. Um, will we broadcast from the fucking backyard brawl?
Yeah,
I have no doubt in my mind.
why not?
Yeah. In the words of Matthew, you're not gonna not.
Way
I
back.
mean, whippa.
Yeet.
You know what I mean? Fuck. But like, yeah, of course
Um.
we just be
Uh.
ready because pit season's starting real soon. So might want to pay attention.
I don't know if McAfee and the boys. I don't know. That's a Saturday game. I don't know if game day is coming.
I mean, we're not trying to be arrested for trying to shoot a podcast.
But if I see any of the McAfee
If we
crew,
could try, you know.
I'm like, listen, I don't care. Even if we get some ESPN game day crew, like, hey, Kirk Herbstreit, come on over here. Come on over here. We want to talk
Be
about
like,
ball.
hey, let me holla at you for a minute. Holla,
Let me talk to
holla, holla. Let me hit him the Teddy Long and be like, holla, holla, holla. Like, come on.
you.
But yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's a big game. I mean, I don't know what the coverage is going to be like,
yeah, for sure.
but
But
I
like,
mean,
my shit starts the fucking. I told you the day of Bash of Berlin. That's gonna be a fucking day. But I'll be ready to go. Season ticket holder. I'm fucking ready. I'm so pumped. I'm excited. The first game is usually a blowout because it's like in the middle of like Pittsburgh's Rib Fest and it's kind of chaotic to get in. But when I have a really good parking spot, I'm fine. I think the Steelers play that Thursday or some shit. I don't even want to get into them motherfuckers because that shit don't make no sense. But
the
the Steelers, yeah,
uh,
yeah. I mean, they lost to the Texans, so whatever. But I mean, it's
preseason.
preseason.
Look at what
I mean,
happened last year. We looked good like Kenny Pickett was throwing darts at the beginning of the preseason last year. Like team was looking all good. The offense was scoring,
and
and
then it
then
went to
the
shit.
season comes and it's like, well, what happened to what we saw?
Did you see Kenny Pickett in preseason for Philly?
I saw some of the highlights and he in his
Oh
stats.
my!
He went fucking horrible,
Oh my God, bro! I was
horrible.
well. I'm pretty sure it's everybody will know it by when this airs. But like, we didn't get that wide receiver from San Fran. Like, he ended up signing to San
Yeah.
Fran. So I was tired of hearing about it, bro. Like, I really was. I just like he does. They didn't want to negotiate his contract until all of a sudden Pittsburgh was interested in him. Like, but they were holding
Well,
on for his ass for like 4 months before they decided to fucking do something.
because the thing is that San Francisco, they hold all the cards to that table, that poker table. They because they what did they just do? Didn't they just 5th year option him, or did
Something like that.
they franchise tagged them?
It might have. They might have tagged him.
I think they tagged them. So they technically hold his contract for the next 3 seasons. And I think what it is they franchise tag them this year. They can franchise tag them again for the following year. So that's the next 2 years, counting this
Right.
season that's starting. And then I think after that is when they can then 5th year option him. So technically he has to play for like no he can bitch he wants more money all he wants. San Fran's gonna say, we have control of your contract.
You got
You
to
have
play.
to play for us. Like hold out all you want. You're just gonna get fined, and
You're just
then
gonna
when
get
the
fined.
season comes, you got to play. So that's why they're like, we have no worry or need to trade him or move him
No,
because we hold his contract. He's got to play for us. But I think what it is I think that they're just getting a little tired of all of the drama that's being built around it.
absolutely.
And I think they're kind of like, because I don't know if you paid attention, like, so Matthew Judon's been holding out for New England, same situation. He's holding out, wants a new contract, whatever, and they're just like, we're not doing that right now. Like, I mean, they're talking to him, but they just can't. Again, it's I think an argument over how much.
Right.
So he was like, I want traded. And they're like, huh, okay, whatever. Well, just out of the clear blue, like 2 hours ago, they fucking sent him to Atlanta. They traded him to Atlanta for a third-round draft pick.
That's how it goes sometimes, bro. Don't talk shit.
But it's like, oh, okay. Like, so, and the latest report that I had heard was that San Fran likes the offer the Steelers put on the table. They won't say what it is, but as far as the trade part, they're okay with it. The other half of this situation is whoever takes Brandon Ayuk, they have to pay him.
Right.
The Steelers said they talked to his agent, gave them a deal for whenever he does step foot on our soil, and the agent was like, yeah, he'll take it. All we're waiting for is San Fran to say stamp of approval.
Yeah, but Sam Frank could also take that back. Like,
San Fran also has extended one more offer to Brandon Ayuk and his people for him to stay there long term.
so dramatic.
So basically, what I feel like what we're waiting for is for Brandon Ayuk to accept this San Fran deal or not.
Yeah,
If he doesn't accept it, I have a feeling they're going to say, okay, get the fuck out of here.
just get out of here.
Or if he takes it, they're going to be like, oh, sorry, Steelers, he's staying here. And then your boy Matt Light just put up a tweet earlier.
Shout out, Matt.
He was kind of like same thing, like fuck, this story is just ongoing.
I agree with him.
He put a meme up of a dude sitting there, and he like put like a Steelers logo on the face, and then a waiter.
Oh yeah, with the San Fran, and he opens it, and it was like nothing.
It was
They're
under
serving nothing.
the metal like serving dish. I was like, yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen.
That's pretty much what's going on.
But I don't think the Steelers like. I think they're trying. Yes, we could use a weapon like that, but I just watched Artie Smith today. He was on Pat McAfee, and he seems pretty thrilled with what he's got. You know, he obviously was shouting out Pickens. Evidently, Pat Fryermuth is about to have a season of all seasons.
Thought it was a bug.
Okay. Yeah, he's. I think we're going to see Naj getting the ball a lot more than we're used to.
Right. Because Justin Fields didn't do real good.
He was asked that like, well, like if you had to choose, which one do you want to go into the season with? And he was just like, that's I'm not a head coach no more. I don't have to make that decision.
Yeah, right.
He was
Well,
like,
know they
I am
asked
happy
Tomlin.
with just calling plays and saying this is what we're going to do. Who
Well,
I
they asked
have,
Tomlin.
that's what he said. He kept calling him Coach T. He goes, that's Coach T's job. He just tells me who I got, and then I work with it from there.
Right. They said when they asked Tomlin, he was like, I said that Justin Fields is going in the first preseason game. Russ is going to go in the second preseason game. Or Russ is going to start the fucking first game. Like the first game of the season. Like, I digress. Even without the San Fran trade, if we get him, all right, that's great. If we don't, if he leaves San Fran's still going to be fucking packed full of fucking weapons. So they act like
Yeah.
they're losing something, but they're really not. And the Steelers have a pretty, it's a nice solid thing, except Joey Porter Jr. was not tackling to save his fucking life.
No, but you know what? The other thing though too is like it's preseason, like,
I get
and
it, man.
like it's I watched two interviews. One was just this week. It was with Coach Belichick, and he was questioned about how he feels about preseason and stuff, and he gave his opinion, which a lot of people hold pretty true. You know what I mean? When that guy speaks, you listen. Like, but then back during the draft, I watched an interview with Roger Goodell, and he hates preseason. He wants to get rid of it.
Then why are we even doing it?
It's because it's a contracted thing. Like he has to get all the owners to agree. He has to get the NFLPA, the Players Association, to agree. Like there's this long. I mean, he wants to do it. Like he's working on it because that's with getting rid of the preseason is how he wants to add another week or two to the regular season.
Yeah.
Because the goal is to add and shift the calendar days around, like shift the how when they play around, like this the length of the season.
Right.
And he said if they do it right, and I don't know if you've heard this yet, like before, if he does it right, the Super Bowl Sunday will be the Sunday before President's Day every year. So you will have Super Bowl Sunday, and then for most people, have the next day off.
That would be great.
Yeah,
That'd be fucking fantastic.
he said. So that's like a selling point that he's using because then he feels like they would get more people that might go to the. Not that they don't fill the fucking football stadiums up now for the Super Bowl, but
100%.
like that's more people that are like, oh, well, I have the next day off,
Yeah,
so
so fuck it. I'll go. I'll
I
go.
can make this a like a little 3-day week vacation or whatever.
Yeah,
They go
yeah.
like Vegas. Like even if you went out, so the Super Bowl was in Vegas last year. Even if you went out to Vegas, like okay, you went to Super Bowl Sunday, but now you don't got to get up and worry about going to work on Monday. Like you can just hang out in Vegas for a day and then fly back.
Get a flight home late. Yeah.
Yeah, like so he's looking at it as a way for them to obviously make more money.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of it all, yeah, that's what it's all about is making money. I get it. Like,
Dude, how speak about making money? Did you see that stat that just came out about the Cowboys?
no, did they suck?
No, well, after this stat came out, people were wondering how they suck, and then somebody that I saw today said why they suck. They're the first NFL team to clear, as far as like profits. Jerry Jones cleared $10 billion
Why did they suck?
because evidently he's cheap.
That part I know. I have heard that.
And I mean, it's kind of it's there. Like you can't like oh yeah I could see that, but there's like yeah because that's sort of like okay if he just made that much if his team is worth that much money, how come Dak Prescott's fighting for a new contract? Um, Micah Parsons is fighting for a new contract. CeeDee Lamb's holding out because he wants a new contract,
Yeah,
and Jerry Jones ain't paying none of them.
because he's a decrepit old white man that's holding on to his money like he ain't fucking like he ain't gonna not have fucking billions of dollars.
Yeah,
Get it
like
together,
that's
Jerry
crazy.
Jones.
And I think that's one of the things too is like he's one of them football towns like too like they say like he's a good business person so like he bought up all the land around the stadium and they call it Jerry's World because he built and owns all the hotels. He built all like casinos and
Yeah,
like our North Shore, you know what I mean? Like he bought all the property around it and either builds on it himself or I guess leases or rents like I don't know like he makes money off the land for other people to build. And they say it's the same thing the up in New England. The Kraft family does they have that they call it Patriot Town or something, where it's like all these again just they make it like a tourist attraction, not just a football.
yeah,
I'm like, oh well, fuck. I mean, we kind of got that.
yeah. We kind of have it,
Just don't go a few blocks, then you're in the middle of the North Side Ghetto. But I mean,
but I mean, hey, stay in your lane. Stay in your fucking lane. Pretty
stay in the
much.
left, stay in the left lane closest. No, I guess it depends on which way you're going. Left or right lane, closest to the water. Just stay in that lane.
Yeah, and whatever you do, don't talk shit.
Yeah.
That's it, plain and simple. Come on. But Jerry Jones reminds me, but I mean, George Steinbrenner, he would pay
No,
big
I mean
amounts.
we all know. Yeah, the Yankees pay fucking
You know what I
everybody.
mean? So, like, I'm surprised Jerry Jones don't spend ridiculous amounts of money.
Well,
on.
and but see, that's the problem. Everybody's bitched about that with like baseball. Like if you want to compare like baseball to football, like
Yeah,
football, everybody has a salary cap, and you can only, baseball. Those bigger markets basically don't have us. Like they can just spend whatever. That's why they always say that's why the Pirates suck. I mean, granted, we don't have an owner that spends, but even if he wanted to, we can't spend like the Yankees or the Dodgers or, you
yeah,
know, some of these other teams. Even the Mets, I think, spend a good. They have a huge payroll, but it's like the NFL. At least there's some level
right.
playing field, so that now, I mean, you get teams like fucking Kansas City, but
Jesus Christ, they're coming here.
Christmas Day.
Yeah, um, Riley is trying to go to that game. I was like, good luck with that. She was like, well, if like her boyfriend Bill, if he can't go, you want to go? I'm like, I mean, yeah, but in the same sense, no. Like, it's Christmas fucking day. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
I ain't got time to watch them damn Stillers. Why, get pummeled by the fucking Chiefs? No thanks. No
We
thanks.
don't. At that point, we don't know that. That's that's going to be a pretty good stretch, depending on how we do this first. Because you figure that's like second half, almost end of the season
Right, but we have a hard fucking schedule.
in December. Yeah, December sucks.
December, we are fucked.
We all of our division games are in December,
Yes, dude, it's fucking
and
murder.
then you got the Chiefs. So I mean, it's
Eh,
like
let's just toss it in there. Fuck it.
so it's
Why
like
not?
it's like all right, listen, Russ boys, week one, we got to start off hot. We cannot lose a single game
We gotta
through the
start
first
off
half.
so hot, bro. Like white hot.
Like all the way
Like,
through to Thanksgiving, we got to be good
yep.
because
No
after
fucking
that,
run.
we might be,
We can't lose to like the fucking Jags or the Raiders or something. Like none of that stupid shit. Like none of that stupid shit.
so
Not even the fucking and then like we'll lose like the Browns twice or something. It'll fucking happen. It's for real.
fucking
Like,
Browns.
dude, one of those there was two hats at that fucking Lids that were brownie hats, and I was like, it's one hat I'll never, ever, ever, ever own. I just won't. I won't. That's like me in fucking New England Patriots clothes. That ain't happening. It's not happening.
Um, yeah. I own New England stuff. Um,
I mean, I'll own a hat, and it's the only one I want is the old Patriot one where he's like holding the ball.
I have that one.
That's the
But I do have a Cleveland Browns hat.
one. Get up.
I had to complete the NFC North, bro. I had to
Well,
complete it.
my thing is, I don't want the helmet. Like that's so generic. And
No,
like I
mine. This is another reason that I bought it. And again,
is it
working
the
for
elf?
Lids. Working for Lids, it was a customer returned it because it didn't fit or something, and I think I got it at a cheap price or whatever for some reason, and I was like, "Yeah, it is Brownie the Elf." Boom, right there.
I mean, that's my only exception. Like fuck
It's
you.
just a black hat. It's just a black fitted NFL shield on the back. Brownie the Elf in his little brown and orange outfit. That's it. That's all
That's
it's on
it.
the hat. And I'm like, all right, I'll do that. Like
Yeah, I
I'll,
mean, yeah, I feel
but
you.
I'll tell you this. I think I might have wore it once.
I think I wore my Bengals hat in Cincinnati, and that was it.
I have a Bengals hat.
Because I figured when in Rome, let's blend in. Don't wear a Steelers hat; they might fucking kill you.
No, like I said, like so when New Era took over the contract for NFL hats, uh, and they started putting out like not is like 'cause when they first had the contract, they weren't doing like they do now, where there's like a sideline hat every year.
Right.
They did what they did for baseball to where there was just a basic uniform hat. So every team basically got a hat in their color. If not, it was just black. And then their standard, whatever their main logo is on the hat.
Yeah.
and I started buying them as much as I could, and I was just going through like divisions, um, just to try and get as many as I could. I even got a Packers one. I mean, I got no problem with the Packers.
Me neither. Me
I
neither.
know you fucking don't, but I had to get it because it was an old school. It was a throwback one, and it's the old Acme
The
Packers.
Acme Packers.
Yeah, and it's in like the navy and gold or whatever it was.
That's what kills me is like as a Packers fan, it's funny that I only own one. Like I only have one.
That's the only one I own for Packers. And then I have a couple other like obscure team ones. Like my Indianapolis Colts. I have one which just has the horseshoe, but then I have a throwback one that they did one year, where it's got like it's like a, I guess it's supposed to look like a football player like riding a colt like a
The
horse.
Colt, yeah.
I have that one. I had to get the old Lions one. They did the old, almost like the Ford logo.
Well, yeah.
I got that one. There was a couple. They were just obscure, but then there were just some that I got. Again, like I was trying to collect divisions, but then there were some that came out where it was like the color schemes of the hats just were sick. Like when the
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers hat came out, dude, just a black hat with that Carolina blue panther on it.
Love it.
Just it was just a clean hat.
Right?
Uh, I wore the shit out of that.
Like that's me with those that draft year one where the writing was underneath.
Yeah,
I was obsessed with them. Like my Jets one is it's that and the Philly one almost look identical, like the same pattern, everything like that. The only one that's different is my Carolina Panthers one because the bottom is black and then it's written in like Carolina's written in Carolina blue. It's the only one that's different. Everybody else is gray underneath, even the Steelers.
yeah. The NFL, like once they did start like baseball is one of the only sports that I every year, depending on what the design is, I will buy their special event hats.
Yeah,
So again, with baseball, there's like a Memorial Day one, there's a Fourth of July one, Father's Day, this that. The NFL does a few, but I can't like again, they just I've been getting emails, get the new sideline gear, new training camp gear, and I'm like, I never buy any of it. Like it's just I feel like with the football, it's always done. There's always too much, too busy.
yeah.
The only one that I
It's
buy,
bad when it's even too busy for me. Like I'm just like,
the only one that I sometimes buy is depending on the design pattern. I'll buy their salute to service hat, and I buy their salute to cancer.
they're like crucial catch one.
Yes, that's the only two. But again, I take a peek at the design. What does it look like? You know,
I ain't got time for no Facebook messengers.
no, that's actually
You're shooting a goddamn show.
that's my daughter.
I ain't got time for this shit.
Evidently, there's some major shit going on down at her work. She said the fuzz is everywhere, paramedics, the whole 9 yards.
Man, you better fucking Facebook Live it. Live
Uh,
PD.
she's done here shortly, so if it's still happening,
You got to stay extra to watch the bonus footage.
I'm gonna fucking duct tape my phone right here. Just walk in like, hey, what we doing? What we got? Oh, well, don't worry. I got my body cam on.
Don't
We're good.
worry, it's all right. This is all for research, sir. Research. Just letting you know.
I'll go upstairs. I got my thin blue line flag hat. I'll
Yeah,
throw
you got to
that back,
make it look good.
throw that on. Be like, I support. Let's go. I
Yeah,
got my
like
body
just
cam.
don't mind this. It's cool.
That's all right.
And I could just do the TN Abrams and be like, we're gonna take it now live down to down to Pittsburgh, PA. We're gonna go to hey, how's it going? Shit's crazy.
They got the whole place shut down.
We got the whole plate, but I got Captain Crunch. I got me some Captain Crunch. No all berries though. Sorry, Cho. No all berries.
No, no all berries.
Oh my god. But we might as well wrap this up. Uh, Again, it was a really chaotic week last weekend, and then um, we ain't had no guests in a little bit. Nobody answered no questions. Nobody asked any except that one. So, but whatever. But we'll be back next week. Hopefully, we have a guest whenever they want to show up. Did it do it?
No.
Did it give you the no? Look, nothing. I can't even. Yay! Nothing. Nothing. Just it doesn't like us no more. Now we just look like weirdos.
Sit
We're
on
just
it
putting thumbs up.
and rotate, you stinky bitch.
Well, apparently, if it's Brian, just shove it all up in there. Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't expect any less from that man.
Me neither, bro. It was a fucking hoot to see him for sure. But we will catch y'all next week. Of course, I'm the Big Czo. That is Big E. And we will see y'all next week. Later.